Alright guys, so some of my videos didn't record before, so I'm just gonna go over this real quick. Alright guys, so my videos didn't record before, so I'm just go over this. Pretty much essentially the same thing as, just the same line press as the previous video. Just gonna go a little bit more in detail in terms of the pallets and what I use, the frames to actually lock in the screen, so then you have perfect registration. Just want to point out the wood over here that goes, I didn't mention in the last video, but this wood also helps with the registration. So when you push the pallet against it, I mean not the pallet, but the screens against it, it will help with the registration. It's not gonna move the screen, and plus you have the two nails over here that would actually hold on the screen. So you could do 2, 3 colors. I've done 3 colors, 4 colors. I've also done a 5 color. So under base with 4 colors, print flash print using a heat gun. This is just a pretty much DIY way. I did it on Plastisol. It was a pain, but anything for now, while I make some money and buy screen printing. Like that conveyor oven over there. Made some money and bought a used conveyor oven. So it helps with the drying process of Plastisol ink. Alright, so as you guys know, I showed you guys the screen last time, so let me show it in more detail. So the screen has these 2 T-bars over here. This T-bar over here, I had to cut this so it makes a U, so similar to the tire registration system. And the T-bar over here, so you have the hole and you can just lock in right away. So this locks in on the hole that is on the pallet on the back, and this locks in the no hole in the front. So if I get the screw right here, I'll get this up. So I got the screw off over there. It locks in like this, so it doesn't move. Right? You see it? It locks in pretty tightly. It doesn't really shake. It's pretty in there. The bar itself over here would press up against this side over here, so it's not gonna shake left and right. And you have this over here that will lock into place on the back side. Which would pretty much mean this side right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me just move this a little bit more. Boom, right there. So this is essentially the same thing as that little nail over there. It's just that I had to cut the top. That nail over there is a B&H, like my previous video stated. That's about a 5-incher. So you want a 5-incher just so you have that stability. It would also go down to the table itself, so it won't shake. You don't want it to shake because it is pretty much your registration system. And this one over here, you cut it, so that the hole would fit in, So on the back, it's not really a U, so you can make it a U, but I would suggest just putting in a hole so it doesn't move back and forth. A U, yeah, possibility of moving back and forth. So just cut this. This is a 3-incher, and as you can see, make sure you cut the bottom too, because sometimes when you're loading the shirts, it may catch over here, and if it's too long, you're gonna rip the shirt apart. So make sure you cut that on the back. You can pretty much rent all the equipments here. Shouldn't be that much. From Home Depot. It's just a cutter. So essentially that's it. I'm gonna be taking this apart right now, showing the struts. These are the pallets over here that we have made, DIY pallets. Instead, I will buy those over there. Nevertheless, screen printing, like I stated on the previous video, $80, 4 pallets. A lot cheaper than doing this, because this took a lot of time just to make sure that all of them are even and the same, and it still is not even. So just buy the Nevertheless pallets. $80 for, and you know, as you move on, you gain more business. You can increase the amount of station over here. For the average board, a 6 feet table could actually have 8 stations. So now you guys do the math. Make sure the spacing is good, and that's on you guys. The pallet is stuck to the strut. As you can see, I told you to buy, you know, it's the best thing to buy a box of these washers, the AJC or the AJB. Maybe the AJB would be the best one because anything that has a little bit smaller hole. So these are just pretty much drywall nails. You just nail it in there. It's pretty solid. It's not moving. It's been here for like, you know, a year. Nothing shakes. Yep. And finally, I'm gonna move the camera real quick. It's gonna get a little blurry. Make sure you have a pallet tip over it. If you did a DIY one, you don't really need a pallet tip for this. But as you can see over here, it gets a little messy, so maybe a pallet tip would be good. Always measure where your lines are. My lines are usually, I usually hit the bottom of the stitching of the hem on the shirt, on the neck, the bottom stitch over here. So then this is pretty much a perfect chest print over here. Perfect chest print would be anywhere between 3.5 to 4 inches. I usually go 3.5. I just think it looks a lot better, that it's a little bit on the upper side of the chest. Alright guys, this is my DIY. Let me know what you guys think. I know it's blurry, the camera, but you know, I don't have the camera to justify to do this a lot. Just try to help you guys start your screen printing journey. Alright, peace out.